Now there is another term, that is hacktivism, which is gaining popularity nowadays. The term hacktivism was derived from combining words hack and activism. The word hacktivism was first coined in 1986 by Omega, a member of the hacker collective cult of the dead cow. Hacktivism is produced by taking forward the collapse of a technological social distinction in computer and network technologies and applying it to politics outside of the information soaked spaces created by computers and networks. Hacktivists are virtual political analysts who have adapted their methods of dissent into digital platform. Now we shall discuss about the regulatory framework for hacking. Currently the term hacking is not expressly defined under the Indian statutes. The term hacking was earlier defined, as I had discussed, under section 66 of the Information Technology Act, but later on in the year 2000 when IT Act was amended, this term hacking was replaced with computer related offences just to widen extent of meaning. In India, Justice Harbans Lal of Punjab and Haryana High Court had firstly opined in an anticipatory bail matter the subtle difference between the hacker and a cracker. A hacker is a computer expert whose intrinsic curiosity persuades him to break into computers. Hacking is a computer trespass. So now here hacking is being termed as a trespass. So in that case there are questions. Suppose that if you are accessing, if you are sending an email to someone's email ID, will that amount to trespass? Sometimes when somebody is taking control of your informational property, will that amount to trespass? So from here it could be inferred that hacking is basically, as it has been dealt with under the provisions of the IT Act. Apart from that, hacking attracts liability under other laws also, but the condition is that hacking not in its popular sense, hacking in its in a sense where it has been performed with a malicious intent to gain unlawful advantage. Now section 43 of the IT Act 2000 talks about penalty and compensation for damages to computer system, etc. So it clearly states that if a person who secure access or trying to secure access to a computer resource without the permission of the in charge of the computer resource, then that would amount to unauthorized access. So where an hacker, even if he is trying to secure access to a network or a computer without permission, in good faith, that would also be termed as unauthorized access. And then section 66 talks about criminal liability, where a person is securing access or trying to secure access to a particular computer resource without the authorization or permission of the in charge of the computer resource with full knowledge and intention. In that case, he would be held criminally liable under section 66 of the IT Act. So there is a very thin line of demarcation between the section 43 and 66. If the act of unauthorized access has been performed without knowledge and intention, then that would go under section 43, which imposes penalty and which talks about compensation. And if knowledge, element of knowledge and intention could be proved, then it would come under section 66 of the IT Act, which talks about criminal liability. Apart from that, section 43 and 66, they are seemingly similar. So they deal with other issues also, like suppose that by way of hacking, if somebody has introduced a computer virus, worm or malicious code, Trojan horse to a computer system or a computer resource without the permission, in that case again liability could be fixed under section 43 if it has been done without knowledge and intention, and under 66 if knowledge and intention was present. All the activities of hacking or cracking are covered under section 66 and 43 of the Information Technology Act. For claiming the compensation under the act, it is important to determine methodology adopted by any hacker or computer server or network for application of the appropriate provisions enshrined under section 43 of the Information Technology Act. I would like to conclude by saying that the idea of testing the security of a computer or network by performing penetration testing is not new, but when a person is performing penetration testing without the permission of the in charge of the computer resource or organization, then that would definitely lead to an offense. But when it is being done with the permission and consent of the in charge of the computer resource or organization, then that would not amount to an offense, and this kind of hacking would be termed as ethical hacking. Thank you.